Want to know how to draw this cat? Well, I'll show you how. Just keep watching.
When we're sketching an animal, it makes good sense to start with simple shapes so that you've got guidelines to work over the top of. So I'm going to begin with a circle for the head. Now I'm drawing this a lot darker than I normally would so that you can see it in shot. Normally you want it as light as you can so that it won't show up. This is going to be the body. Now you notice it's much the same shape as the head. The bigger the head, the younger the character, the cuter it looks. So we're drawing a kitten, we want the head nice and big. Now let's see, ears. Let's get nice broad fat ears rather than skinny ones because again it'll look cuter. And I'm going to put a bow in between the ears. Now the eyes I've got right at the top. I want them to be nice and big and round again so it's nice and cute. There we go. And our kitten's going to be looking at the ice cream. Now the ice cream's over here somewhere, isn't it? So let's get a rough circle drawn in for that. And that will help us when we draw the mouth. So let's get the nose mark in. That kind of Y-shaped thing is what's going to help us. And I'm going to extend that up into a nice big smile. And then of course the bottom has got to line up with the ice cream so that we can draw a tongue coming out there. Now the other problem is going to be getting the little short arms of the cat to hold the ice cream cone. So I'm going to get the cone in so I know where the arm's got to reach to. Now it's ideal if you can try and give your animals bendy arms and legs. It just looks more natural. So if their hand's going to be about here, or the paw rather, I'm going to give it a nice short bendy arm. And the other arm is going to be supporting the cat's little friend, the spider, who's also going to share the ice cream. So we want the paw to be sort of somewhere here so that the spider will be able to reach. And so I'm just going to suggest where that's coming in. Right, next thing is legs. So one's going to come from here roughly, isn't it? Where its bottom is. Bendy knees, for the same reason as bendy arms, but quite short legs, so it's only a little. Cats do have big feet though, even kittens can have great big long feet. The other leg is a little bit hidden, so it's going to be even shorter. I need it quite far forward so that it balances the kitten. In fact, I might move that even further forward there. And of course the other foot then has also got to be higher. There. And the tail. Let's have the tail nice and perky. About here, I think. Just sort of, it's going to wiggle up in the air there. So that's very rough. And that's fine, because what I'm going to do now is draw over the top of it and perfect all the things that are not quite right. And all the mistakes can be sort of quite easily put right once you've got this down. That's why you would do it a lot more gently. So let's start with the eyes, yes. I'm going to lower them just slightly because I want room to put cute eyelashes on them. So I'm going to draw now over the top. Much bolder. Let's get those cute eyelashes in. And the dots in the eyes looking down at the ice cream. There we are. The bow is in about the right place still, so just get that in. And the little marks there for the creases in the bow that just make that work. Make those ears slightly more three-dimensional, bit of fluffy stuff in there. Just slightly break up that line to give it a fluffy texture on the way down. The other one, same thing. A bit of fluffy stuff inside. What's particularly cute about this little kitten is that she's got this tuft of hair that goes in under the bow, which is really sweet. Now let's get this nose done. I'm going to round that off a little bit. 2 little nostrils, 1, 2, and put just a suggestion there of a turned up nose, which is quite cute. Her face wants to be a bit wider and fluffier, I think. I'm going to bring that slightly wider there. I'm going to put in these furry marks. And then on the other side. There. I think this is pretty good, this now. Let's just move the smile mark down slightly to there. And then draw in the lower part here, leaving room for the tongue. I'm not going to draw the bottom of the tongue actually, because that's going to be sort of embedded in the ice cream. She does have this cute little goofy tooth there, which is rather nice. And I'll just shade that in a bit. One thing that I also do sometimes when I've got a young animal or even a young child is I just add in little freckles. And that just really helps to make it look cute. Even though cats don't have freckles, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to just lightly give her little blush cheeks because she's excited about her ice cream. Right, next, let's see. I think I'm going to put the shape of the t-shirt in. Now, when you're dressing an animal, it's easier first of all to draw the animal naked and then dress it. And you need first of all to think about where the waist would be. So our waist is about there, isn't it? But the t-shirt wants to be a bit lower than the waist. And it wants that line to be rounded, otherwise it flattens the animal out. So I'm going to go from about there and I'm going to sketch in a sort of round line. It's going to be the bottom of the t-shirt. Yeah, that works. Right, let's just shape that body slightly differently. And then, of course, the top bits here on the arms. And if you put a little bit there, it sort of suggests the crease under the arms. And that again also wants to be just very slightly rounded. And what I'm going to do is just do that, which suggests the sort of the inside of the t-shirt arm. Let's try the arm there. So the cat's thumb is going to go behind the cornet, and then the 3 fingers are going to go in front here. So draw those on, and then I can actually draw the cornet in the hand, which might be easier, I think. So let's get that cornet shape. Pretty much in the right place actually, which is good. A little bit on the top. A little bit of texture there, the sort of crisscrossy pattern that you sometimes get on a cornet. And I'm going to make the ice cream one of those sort of pipey ones because it's prettier. So we'll have a series of sort of round shapes there. And I'm not filling them in completely because I want it to sort of look a bit sort of soft. And the bottom one I'm going to put some wiggly marks, which is going to suggest it's just beginning to be melty. Okay. Right, here we go. Let's try and sort of put some ice creamy kind of textures there where the tongue is. So maybe hundreds and thousands, a bit of syrup. There. Actually, what's really nice is when you've got an animal that's young that's eating it, you can put a little bit of a suggestion of it around their face. All around the mouth there, that's also quite cute. Sometimes I even do things like put them on their nose and stuff. Let's do the whiskers next before we forget. What I'm going to do here is these single strokes that start dark and starts heavy rather, and then get light. So we're going to go, oops, 1, 2, 3, and just put a little bit of a blob of ice cream on 1 or 2 of those for comic effect. Now, the other arm, I think it would be easiest if I put the spider in first. She's got this little friend, hasn't she, that's sharing the ice cream. So let's draw the head shape. It needs to be near enough to the ice cream because the spider, of course, is going to have a very tiny little tongue. So again, I'm sketching this lightly before I do it. But where the two eyes are going to go. That way, if it's wrong, of course, I can alter it. There, that looks like that will work. So I'm going to go back, make the eyes darker. I'm making the eyes nice and big and round and sort of googly to make the spider as cute as possible, because I'm very much aware that people are a bit, well, not keen on spiders, myself included. So we need to be really sure the spider looks cute and not scary. Okay, could even give the spider some cute little eyelashes. And maybe jaunty eyebrows. There we go. Eight legs, of course. Little tiny cute feet. Again, that helps to make those legs not look scary. Right, so the other edge of the t-shirt's there. And this paw is on the back of the cat's paw. It's resting on. So there we go. Good. Let's go back and do the rest of the body now. I think so. This bottom looks about right, but I'm going to make it slightly fluffier looking again. And then it curves round into the leg, the knee a bit fluffier, the underside there, all the way up. It's quite cute to have the heel actually slightly going backwards from the leg. And we need to now just shape this for toes. Now let's do this other heel here. There we are. And I think that tail now is just very slightly high. I'm going to adjust it and make it come from about here instead. So, and at the end I'm going to make it nice and fluffy. Similar sorts of marks to the whiskers. Sort of starting harder. Yeah. The tabby pattern's of course quite important, so I'm going to go back and do that now the body of the thing is drawn. So there's this sort of, let's draw the bottom of that bow, there's a kind of a stripy thing that goes on there. And then what we're going to do is start from the eyes here, thinner, and get fatter shading as it goes out. It's tigery, isn't it? There we go. And darken up the outside bit of the ears. Stripy arms. So I'm creating these stripes by leaving, actually making the marks follow the direction of the arm, as you can see, and getting softer as it goes towards the front, because often the pattern's more on the back of the arm rather than the underside. Maybe just shade the fingers just slightly. That's it. And then this arm, just a little bit of a pattern would show. So we've got slightly darker bottom, I think. Again, getting lighter for the belly. And then same as the arms, just fading that out. Shape the top of the toes and the foot. You won't see much on this side really. Don't like the way that's working. I'm going to join that up. Yeah, I think that's better. And the tail is going to be very similar again to the arms and legs, so we're going to create a nice stripe. Darker on the top side. I think that's more or less done. I'm going to shade the inside of those ears slightly more. The last thing that helps is if you put a little bit of a shadow underneath your character, so as it seats it on the paper. Now, this could be quite minimal, Where something touches, as you can see with my hand, it probably, I don't know if the lights will help let you do it, but where something touches the ground, you tend to get a dark line. So it might be as minimal as that. Or, if you like, you could have it extending out underneath the cat. It's always going to be darkest where the feet touch the ground. That, and then maybe just a very slight suggestion where the tail is here, like that. So, I think that's pretty much done, to be honest. Just darken up that nose a little bit. There you have it. One kitten eating an ice cream with a spider.